Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at, whatever you're listening, whatever time of day you're listening. My name's Terry. Welcome to Tuesday with Terry. My name's Terry. I'm your friend, and I've got some great things to tell you about today. Some kind of interesting things. I'm talking to you live from Austin, Texas, where the sun is hot, the barbecue is sweet, and all the drinks are free when you hang out with me. I happen to sit on a group of professionals, CEOs, called the Rex Roundtable. It's specific to the health club industry. Been doing that for probably about 20 years. Thank you, Eddie Talk. Thank you, all of my friends on the roundtable. I appreciate all the feedback, input, and stuff you guys give. But something interesting that Eddie has had us do, and I thought this would be kind of a cool thing to share with you guys, is it was writing a letter to yourself in the future. Writing a letter to your future self. And what you can do is you can go to www.futureme.org and you can kind of check some of this stuff out. But I just wanted to share it with you. Is basically what you do is take a piece of paper and begin to write a letter to yourself a year from now, or 3 years from now, or 5 years from now, to your future self, and put some expectations about some things that are happening. And you might want to talk about what's happened in the last 12 months for yourself, either personally or professionally. You might want to share, what will your team think about you a year from today, or 2 years or 3 years from today? What are they going to say? And what we're really talking about there is legacy, right? Your legacy. What is it that people are going to say when you're not there anymore? Or if you are there, how will they speak about you as a leader or a manager, or just as a person in general? What are the things this coming year that you want to stop, and you can make a commitment to that, to yourself, to do that, and you write that down? And what are the things that you want to start this year, or you'd like to initiate, or what are the initiatives you'd like to take, either professionally or for your personal reasons, or, what is it exactly? And you write that letter to yourself and you say, "Dear future me." By the time you read this letter, it will have been 12 months since we wrote it, and we took a look forward and a look past. And then you write that letter out and you put these pieces and parts together, right? And you can create a time capsule for yourself where you put it in an envelope and you seal it up and you said, "To future Terry in 2024 or 2025 or in 2030, right? 10 years, whatever, 7 years from now." Wow, holy cow, right? And you keep it in a safe place, in a secure place, maybe in a safe, maybe in a bookcase, whatever. And it simply reminds you of yourself. And so that being said, this is about a year ago. These are my notes from a year ago. And this is personal disclosure here, but I wanted to share some of this with you. And so this is in a little book called Intention, and all it is a book, an open, empty book that you can write your intentions down in it. And, you can write notes to yourself and journal to yourself, or keep your daily intentions. What are your intentions? And so I wanted to read some of the things because maybe you guys can get some tips out of things I'm telling myself. I don't know if it works for me. Maybe it'll work for you. Who knows? Number one thing I wrote is always look for ways to reinvent yourself. I'm always looking for ways to reinvent myself. How can I become better? And last night I sat down at the table with my wife and I said, "Do you ever say personal affirmations?" Right? An affirmation is a word or a phrase that you say to yourself. And I have a couple that I say to myself every day. In every way, I try to get better and better. That's an affirmation I say over and over to myself. I never see failure as failure, but only a learning experience. I fail every single day at things. I fail every week at things. I fail every month at things, but I try to learn from those mistakes and get better and better. I have all the money that I need, and I have more money coming my way. I continue to say that to myself. I have all the opportunities that I need, and I have more opportunities coming my way. Those are affirmations that I repeat in my head, and I try to, you've heard of the law of attraction, right? And how you have vibrations and all that kind of stuff. But I try to use the laws of attraction as much as I can to think in a positive way. And I got to tell you, whether it works or whether it's silly or goofy or it doesn't work, it's the way that I choose to live my life. And I'm much happier when I have positive affirmations than I am letting my head go into stinking thinking and negative thoughts and miserable thoughts and bad outcomes and what's the worst thing that can happen. And I begin to worry. That's not the world that I want to live in. And so I try to tell myself these positive affirmations and repeat and fill my head and crowd out those negative things. So I'm always looking for ways to reinvent myself. The next one I put in was ask the experts. I don't know everything about everything. And I don't know everything about business. I got to tell you, man, right now I'm getting a PhD in some things about my business. Be 1 to 2 years ahead of myself, meaning looking down the road, play the long game. Make decisions today that will impact and build a foundation for the long game. The long game is a year, 2 years, 5 years down the road. What am I doing today that can influence and help me a year from today? Did I actually save the money? Did I actually invest the money? Did I make a good decision about my finances? Did I make a good decision where I'm investing in my relationships? I'm investing in my friends. I'm investing in my coworkers. That gives me a better position a year from today, 2 years from today. Man, I'm not where I need to be today, but man, I'm building every single day for the future. And then I'm always looking, I wrote this down, passive income. I'm just looking for ways to have passive income, right? So these are some positive affirmations that I wrote down. Steady as she goes, right? Steady as she goes, right? We've heard that. The shipmates, the captains that sail the high seas, oh, the old pirates, eh? Steady as she goes, mate. We've heard that many times in movies, but, isn't that true in our life? Steady as she goes. Be the rock and be steady. Every day in every way, I get better and better. I wrote that one down. No matter how good or bad it gets, never, ever, ever quit. I believe in perseverance, and I personally believe in, getting through. And I think good things don't last, and I think bad things don't last. It's a process. And can you get through that? And again, it wouldn't be me if I didn't have this one written down. If you want to change some things in your life, man, change some things in your life. And it reminds me that I've got to continue to make changes. I'll share this little funny joke is how many psychologists does it really take to change a light bulb? And the answer is it just takes one. But the light bulb has got to want to change, right? And I would ask you that question. Do you want to change? Are you willing and open to change? There's an affirmation for yourself is repeat to yourself, I am willing and open for change. I am willing and open for change. Are you really willing to change and do the things that can make a difference? My mindful intentions for this particular point was to be more patient, to listen more, to slow down, to take pause in the moment, to try to give information, but never give advice. You see, people love to hear about and get information, but they don't always want your advice. I learned that the hard way. I wasn't asking you. It's like the little boy that went to his dad and asked him a question, and his dad said, why don't you go ask your mom? And the little boy goes, I just didn't want to know that much about it. And the truth is, everybody doesn't want your advice, but they would take a little bit of information. So make sure you preface that. I got some information, might be helpful, but take it as you want. Remind myself to be empathetic. Great leaders are empathetic leaders. They understand the position and they look through the other person's eyes. They have feelings like the other person might feel. They see it through someone else's eyes. And then some of my free thoughts, this is a little thing that's called free thoughts. One thing I wrote down was do the math. What is the math? A lot of things in life are mathematical problems, right? If A, then B equals C. So then A equals C, that whole thing. But do the math. Do the math in business. Does this make sense? My good friend Paul Ryder always says, if you ain't making money, it ain't making sense. Or, if it ain't making sense, it ain't making money, I guess is the way you put it. I'm not exactly how you sure you said that, Paul, but one of those two things here. Find a personal assistant so I can get more things done. Terry, make sure you get your workouts in. I can't tell you how important that is. I've been working out more in the last 8 weeks, exercising, walks, runs, lifting. Just feel better about myself. I feel better that I'm doing something for me. It's amazing. I don't always feel like doing it in the beginning when I start it, but by the end, I'm always, every single time, I can't think of one time when I said, I wish I didn't do that. I always say, I'm glad I got my workout in today. I wrote down, do something kind and thoughtful. You know, how many times can we be kind or thoughtful to another human being? What can I do today to be a kind person? To let that person get in front of me in the drive to work, right? Somebody's trying to get in, and do you speed the car up and not, crowd the car in front of you so they can't get in, or do you back off and let that person in? It sounds silly and it sounds insignificant, but can you be kind on the road? Can you open the door for someone and let them go first? Can you pull out a chair and let somebody sit down? Can you let somebody take the lead and you follow? Do something kind or something thoughtful for someone. Make the encouragement call. I just had that podcast. The last podcast I did was all about making an encouragement call, but try to make an encouragement call every single day. Find someone that you can be thankful for, an attitude of gratitude that you can be encouraging to, that you can be thankful for, that you can uplift, that you can bring help, joy, comfort, empathy to their life. And the last one I have is be that guy. And, it sounds silly, but we all have somebody that we want to be. We want to be better at something. We want to be better in our relationships. We want to have better finances. We want to be better in our spiritual life. We want to be better companion. We want to be better at work. We want to be better salesperson. We want to be a better leader. We want to be a better manager. Maybe we want to be a better steward. I don't know what it is that you want to be better at, right? Maybe you want to be a better artist. Maybe you want to be better at cleaning the house or keeping your house clean. I don't know. Or apartment clean. I don't know. But what is it that it takes in order to be that guy or that woman? Be that person. In any case, what I'm really saying is live your lives with intention. Get some positive affirmations. Get some thoughts. Do those encouragement calls. Let somebody know that you can change their life and be that person. My name's Terry. I'm your friend.